this election tomorrow, I mean, it's pretty big stakes for a key test for the resolve of Reform UK and the strength of them with the electorate, and actually the strength of protest against this Labour government. I mean, Alex, have you slid into Mr. Allison's DMs to give him a sort of word of luck?
I don't know if I've slid into his DMs.
You're quite quiet, Alex. You're quite quiet.
Oh, do I need to get a little bit closer? I've got a
Chloe, I'll start with you, Chloe. Oh, Chloe's gone as well. It's all falling apart.
I'm trying to sort the dog out who won't sit down.
Right.
I haven't slid into Tom's DMs, but I have been seeing some of the good videos he's been posting. Young person, so knows how to do the videos. He's done a video with Farage as well. They've obviously been working hard on the campaign. Look, I haven't gone and looked at the past voting history of the ward that he is standing in and know exactly where they lie. But I think that if he has got a shot of picking up this seat, I think that's absolutely fantastic. And I think we've had piece of news after piece of news after piece of news in a flurry over the past week or so that's really just made it clear that Reform are actually serious and they genuinely could win the general election. We're going to talk about the polling in a little bit, but we had Andrea Jenkins switch over, then Tim Montgomery, then Nick Candy. We had 100,000 member rumours of Elon Musk becoming a big donor to the party. We've had all sorts of successful, good pieces of news, and I think it's really, I've definitely over the past week or so thought, actually, this is getting serious. Voting reform was no longer just a way to teach a lesson to the Tories. These guys genuinely could completely destroy them and overtake them.
Yeah.
Alex, are you? Or have we got you?
Can you hear me all right now? Is that better?
That is better.
Good. Hopefully not too loud, because I know what it's like when I'm on GB News and people say there's someone screeching next to you. It's a horrible thing. But I've been speaking to some of the Essex candidates. Obviously, I would have loved to get over there tomorrow because it's going to be such an important election. But I think they're going to do it. I really do. I think they're going to pull it out of the bag, and I think it's going to be a really glorious day for Reform. And given that there's so much attack on Reform at the moment, it's coming from left, right, and centre. I think you nailed it at the start, Darren, when you said, well, actually, it seems to me like the establishment are shaking in their boots. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's a lot of other accounts that are sort of starting to take a bit of a snipe at Reform in some way or another. They kind of want the party to be everything and nothing at the same time. It's a new party. It's a new. We've got to get that right. We've got to get things right. But of course, you can't have it all your own way. And so, look, I would much rather have Nigel Farage in Downing Street than Kemi Badenoch, Keir Starmer, or Ed Davey any day of the week. And so I think this is the start of something big. And I've got my fingers crossed for the guys.
I mean, Chloe, he could be your next fella.
No, he's not hot enough, I'm afraid. Sorry.
I was trying to play Reform blind date.
How old is he?
I don't know, actually. I don't know, but
I think he's in his mid.
He looks very young.
I think he's in his mid-20s. From what I mean, did we?
He said he said no. I don't think we did. He said in his one of those videos he put out that he like he's had a career before this, so he's not like a sort of 21-year-old career politician. So he's probably early 30s. Has spent a few years making his pennies, and now is doing a little bit of local politics. Whilst got a few pennies in the bank from his years of working. That's what I expect.
Well, we can Google it. What's his full name?
Good to see a young person standing. I think we don't. I know that we had that great clip from Zia Youssef saying to Camilla Tominey in her interview for The Telegraph, we do not care about diversity, when she was asking, do you have a woman problem? And I think you absolutely should hire on merit. But at the same time, it's nice to see, not every single person standing being an old man, right? Especially given that they're trying to get the youth vote as well.
Well, also, Chloe, as you know, like the polling shows that young people are flocking to Reform. There's a huge movement. I mean, I think the Reform is second. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's something. And the Tories are all the way down on fifth or something ridiculous like that. So there is momentum amongst young people who are just fed up.
One of our
absolutely.
comments have
Yeah.
come in and said that Eunice and Alex aren't wearing Christmas hats because they're too precious to mess up their hair.
True.
That's
So
probably true. You've both got your hair all
Very
gel
true.
back. You know what? I
Hair
thought
looks better than
maybe I'd turn down the Christmassiness after, you lot started taking the piss out of how ridiculous I looked. But then I
You know,
didn't wear my Christmas hat in one of my live streams the other day, and someone left me a super chat just to ask me to put my Christmas hat on because they
Oh,
were so
wow.
upset that I didn't
worked
have it
out
on.
well
So
then.
I figured,
Well, it's
yeah, I know.
donations.
You start an
We
OnlyFans.
gained
there should be
2
that.
quid. Yeah, maybe I should take my hat off so you guys chip in all those big super chats to make me put it back on again.
Well, speaking of donations, a pretty pretty important political one could be coming in the form of Elon Musk, because obviously we had whispers of this 100 million quid that could be coming via X's UK operations in order to make it a permissible donation within the UK electoral system. And Nigel tweeted out this picture of him with Nick Candy, who was the billionaire property tycoon who has become the treasurer of Reform. He is, as lots of media outlets like to say for some reason, the wife of Holly Valance, who used to be a singer back in the day. The husband of Holly Valance.
You never know.
Hey, he could identify. And Elon replied to this
I'll identify
saying,
as the wife of Holly Valance, no problem.
I mean, I'd identify as the wife of Nick Candy. I mean, good Lord, he's got more money than Croesus. Elon says, when is the first electoral opportunity for reform? And Nigel says the first step is the English County Council elections on May 1st. Britain needs reform. And I thought, they're contacting each other now over X. How interesting. But Eunice, this is a good sign.
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
definitely
they met
it's a
at
good sign.
Mar-a-Lago. They definitely did, yeah.
Yeah, they did meet in Mar-a-Lago. And I think Elon Musk has been involved in British politics for the last few months now, when he was tweeting about the two-tier policing and he was getting involved and he was being like, holding the Labour government into account. And if you just see his interactions on X, you realize that he's a reform supporter. Like, I don't think there's any doubt about it. And obviously he's a smart guy. He can see what is happening in the world right now. And that's the reason why he supported Donald Trump. In terms of the 100 million donation, there's still no verification, but I think he will do it. And I think he will probably set up a fund somehow, the same way he done it in America. He didn't actually support Donald Trump directly. He set up a fund, a PAC, that ended up donating to Donald Trump. And I think he will do something like that, and then he will use his influence to fund the Reform Party. And my question is he allowed to do that as someone that's not a British citizen? Like, can he do that? Or
not through his own. He has to do it through a vehicle. It has to come from Britain.
So
that's what George Soros does, for example. Yeah.
Okay.
There's always ways around it, because I mean, Soros's cash has been in British politics for goodness only knows how long. But that's not a problem. The left only have a problem when it's someone like Nigel Farage getting the money. But yeah.
Darren, I think you're going to have to bring your northern accent up a gear, because someone's commented saying, notice how GB News presenters are all privileged posh types. You don't sound like a working class northerner enough today, Darren, clearly.
Well, that's interesting. GB News types. Is that what we are? Oh, is this a troll? Troll in the dungeon.
Yeah, troll. But they think that you're a privileged posh type. But,
I'm posh. They say Patrick is okay. I think you'll find that Patrick went to a posher school than I did by a multitude of about 10. Yes. God, if I'm not working class, I don't know what the hell. Anyway, what's his name? Steve. You can shove your posh up your arse. Anyway, right. Moving swiftly on. So that's the really interesting part of reform. And then, of course, the key test tomorrow. But the odds on him becoming the next Prime Minister. Look at this there. Now, I'm not a betting man, so I don't actually understand all the bookies and all the rest of it. But someone among you that does will be able to tell me that that means that if I put £5 on Nigel Farage becoming Prime Minister, do I get £2 back? I don't understand.
I don't gamble, so I
never understand.
You'll get 2.5 back.
I've got there you go.
Yeah,
so it's worth whacking.
So there's
so
no point doing it.
£5, you only get 12.5. If you put £5, you'll get 12.5. I think because 2 divided by 5. I think.
So I think this is saying that Nigel Farage has a 25% chance, Kemi Badenoch has a 1/3 chance, etc.
So it's good.
So if you read
right?
it backwards.
Oh.
It's not saying that Nigel's.
Someone in the comments, give us that's the best way. There's going to be people on here who know exactly what they're talking about. Someone in the comments, tell us how this works. Give us the odds.
I believe,
right?
I
So
believe this is saying
number...
Nigel's got a 25% chance, but
he's odds on.
But there was another poll saying that he was on a 27% chance, like last week or something.
Yeah, I think this is something. The really interesting thing about the bookies is that let's just have a little look at how it went for Trump. I mean, the bookies nailed it. They nailed it. They called the election when almost every single pollster didn't call it. They were calling it for Kamala Harris or calling it too close to call. The bookies had Trump, I think, about 10 to 15% ahead of Kamala Harris, which is pretty much where it landed. So
Polymarket
are more reliable. Yeah, Polymarket.
Oh, wait, guys, I found an odds converter thing online.
There's 40% basically. 40% chance Nigel Farage.
40%. Is that 40%?
Pretty good.
No,
I'm getting 28.6 at the odds converter. If I put 5 to 2 in this odds converter, it says implied probability is 28.6%. I don't know exactly.
Someone chat GPT it.
3 to 1 is like a third. 3 to 1 is like a third, so 33%.
See, this is telling me 3 to 1 gives you 25% probability, suggesting that Nigel is now ahead of Kemi, 28.6% versus 25, which would make sense with the headline, right?
But
because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but then what are they saying? Are they saying that Reform is going to win the election outright, or whether he's going to make a deal with the Conservatives?
Well, they would have
be the next Prime Minister regardless.
They'd have to, because in order to be Prime Minister, you'd have to have the largest party, which means he would have won the election.
Or form a coalition government.
He can't be Prime Minister in a coalition government if he's the minority party. So, I mean, essentially, he will have won whatever happens under these bookies' odds.
Oh, no. So this is... I had it right, but I had it right in reverse. Conservative, not a Tory, apparently far right on X, says £2 to win £5. So you bet £2 to win £5. I see.
He's
right.
He's favourite.
Yeah,
he's favourite.
I'm not a gambling man. I put the lottery on. That's about it. And I wish I was as sure as winning the lottery.
Basically.
You've got a better chance of Nigel Farage becoming Prime Minister than winning the lottery, I think. And that's actually a very good thing. I don't think people would have said that a few years ago. They would have laughed at the idea of Nigel Farage becoming Prime Minister. And now, look, he's the bookies' favourites. I mean, it is absolutely bonkers to be saying that. I mean, look, Reform's got a really long way to go. And I'm telling you, they're going to throw the kitchen sink. The Tories and Labour would rather gang up and stop for Reform from getting power than ever let Farage near number 10. That's for sure.
Still watching? Well, I've got a quick ask for you. Recent UK, we're fighting the woke brigade and inspiring young Brits, but we need your help to go bigger. We're hosting a fundraiser and would love you to sign up and share the link on the big day. It's easy, it makes a massive impact, and there are prizes for top fundraisers. Click the Google form in the description to join us. Cheers very much. Let's keep going together.